All right, Keith. Obviously, the biggest news of the week is the Friedkin takeover has been completed, and it's being reported as a quote unquote bargain deal. Is that true? Does that make sense for a deal of this size?
Well, it is a bargain in some ways, but then again, if Everton was to somehow slip up and get relegated, then it would not be a bargain. I mean, one thing you can look at is that the reported cost of the stadium now is about 760 million all in. Everton have now taken the keys to the stadium, actually taking control of the facility now. But if you were to do that stadium again today, it would probably cost you about 1.2 billion. So to have that asset, and I believe that we're looking at around 600 million is what probably the value for the deal for the Friedkins. Then having an asset of that quality and a Premier League team, then yes, I think it's potentially a bargain. You could think that if things go well, the valuation of the club could easily go maybe 2, 3 times. So in that sense, if they do well with it, yes, it will end up being a bargain with such a great facility. However, there is that one cloud, as I say, that we've got to remember. They've got to stay in the Premier League this season.
And obviously, with the Friedkin group coming in, there's been rumors of a new CEO. Could Ryan Friedkin be Everton's new CEO?
Well, I think people thought that initially, but it does seem that Ryan is pretty involved still in Roma, and also everybody forgets that they've got Cannes in the fourth division in France, and apparently Ryan's been very busy there. So I think he's going to take more of a group overview role, which I think would make sense, and that's I think more than actually focusing directly on Everton. There's no doubt he'll obviously be involved. It's in probably at board level, but still, I don't think it would be CEO position. I think they'd still be looking for somebody with a bit more knowledge of football and experience in the Premier League and potentially of the local club as well.
And he spoke about obviously the asset of the stadium and what that means to the valuation of the club. It appears that Dan Friedkin has rescheduled loans at Everton Stadium Development Co. by lending to itself via TDF Capital. Is this good news for the club? A little bit more cash influx?
Yeah, look, it is. It's they've done a great job already and has shown great stewardship of the club immediately in terms of reorganising the finances. It's all good news for Everton right now to get stability and not to be facing those issues around the growing debt that we had under the last owner.
And we check in on this PSR hearing that's supposed to happen every few weeks. Was any part of this delay about waiting for the takeover to be complete, allowing Everton to have new processes in hand? Like, when do we expect to actually now have this PSR hearing now that Friedkin is in?
Well, I think we'd always thought about it being early in the new year, so I think nothing's changed from that point of view. I don't necessarily think that the Premier League would have postponed it in terms of waiting for the new owners, although it's possible they could have taken into consideration. I think that would have made sense if they had done, but then again, process must carry on. Look, we're going to have to face this battle, as I've been saying all along. It should be, and I'm amazed it's gone to another hearing, because it should be a black and white position between the auditors of Everton and the Premier League's accountants. So somebody's got to get the definition of this right, and it's purely about the interest on the stadium building itself.
And just remind us what that point deduction could look like should Everton, get the max penalty for a charge like this.
Well, the problem that we've got with this one is that it could affect a few seasons, and so there could be multiple breaches of PSR. So we could still be looking at something maybe possibly up to 6 points. Everton have fully cooperated, so I don't think there'll be any extra penalty for that. But as I say, I'm still very hopeful that this hearing can either be avoided or it can be resolved very quickly. And I still believe that the Everton auditors have got to stick up for their points and hopefully let Everton escape without any penalty deductions at all.